there.
Oh God,
this
no!
Is the very last ship.
Oh my God, I fell!
That's so fun to see.
Right here. You see this one?
Oh, you died too.
I like ice cream. I like chocolate. I like pizza and cheese. I like Hot Pockets.
Oh, man.
Do you know who you're talking to? Can you read? Can you read? Can you read? Can you read?
That dude is hurt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got him.
Now you dance. Now you dance, Steve. Now you just gotta dance.
Oh my God. Oh, to go flawless. Oh, finally.
Welcome, Worst Fireteam Ever podcast.
Episode 3.
Episode Trace.
Trace.
Do
we have to go by
Bullet point.
No.
What's the bullet point?
Well, the bullet point I think today is right now for this one is number 3 is 2 things there.
Why, Steve, red zone?
Yeah, red zone.
Steve goes in the red zone, man. Woo!
Oh, come on, dude!
Alright, what's your take? Okay, you explain it your way. Steve, what's your take? What's your take?
I don't know, man. I just know there's a go. Craig, I'm trying to get B here, man. I can't think of ghosts and trying to take B at the same time. Is that fair enough to say?
Alright, fair enough.
I'm trying to get B, and you're like, hey, tell me about the ghost, Steve.
Well, it's like literally like...
Oh, you're gonna put a bubble on B, motherfucker? That's some cheap shit.
Alright, let's go for C then. Let's go for C.
No.
Give me a break. Give me a break.
We want to keep A. This is the good spawn.
It's just frustrating.
They're all there, dude.
A little
They're
bit funner.
fucking always there, huh? I should have jumped over that goddamn thing, man.
Oh my God!
stupid,
What just
man.
happened?
Game
over on Steve.
Let's talk about rage.
When Steve gets mad, he'll start to use like big SAT words too, man.
Oh, you're incorrect.
You are incorrect, sir. Like what? Oh man.
What was it?
What is your explanation?
We got into it. What'd you say?
I'm Poway High.
Oh, I said, CIF champ 3 years in a row.
Yeah, well, he was a wrestler.
So
He was like South Glendale High.
It was so funny because I felt so bad that I got him mad and I was like, I didn't know how to react. So
We can go, bro. We can go.
I just kept laughing and
first
it
time-
made it even worse.
The first time you got mad that I was there was you went off on Frank over
so
kills.
sorry.
The first time Steve got angry was during
I'm sorry.
Prison of Elders with me, Bobby, and him, and then just 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, it's Quadron.
Doing Quadron, and
Have you played
because Steve is
Quadron?
like, Steve won't shoot his gun. Shoot your gun,
But the
Steve.
thing about Quadron, you know what one of that is,
Yeah,
right?
I know.
If you don't do so, if he spots you, you get put in this
get the
matrix cube.
Right.
You have to shoot out this
And it
fucking...
damaged you, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but Steve did this thing where he would have his rocket launcher out.
Right.
You know, he would just have his rocket launcher out, and then you're like, Steve, switch to your gun, and he just Steve goes in like a blackout.
Oh,
Blackout.
Steve blackout. Like if Steve's the last guy standing in the thing, you're telling him things, and he's not even.
Yeah.
and then it gets real quiet, and all you hear is this. Sorry, guys.
So I want to hit on the one though. So there was the one time you got angry at Frank. Because Frank, you're like he was getting kills.
Yeah.
No, you were getting kills.
But I wasn't getting captured.
You weren't getting captures. And Steve goes, it's about the kills. You start to like.
No.
Look, I mean,
What's
about the capture.
What's the objective of the match? Is you have to get the control zones. You have 0.
And Frank started to laugh, and that made you more angry.
Because you had like 25 kills, and I was looking at the stat. You know, at the end you can see the stats. I go, 0 captures. In my mind, I'm like, 0 captures. He's not doing the.
We also know who's the master of 0 captures.
Here we go.
I'm actually probably the master.
Koch runs right past the first zone.
Me and Koch are the same strategy. Let me defend myself, okay? If you got a team of really good players and a team of okay players, if the team of really good players doesn't capture one zone, but they kill everybody and don't get killed, you still get points from kills.
Yeah, but I mean, you get more points from captures.
You do, but you got to think if you get killed, if you have a negative KD, if you get 6 kills, die 12 times, and you're giving up points dying. The other team is getting points killing you.
They always do the math on me. If you get 25 kills,
it's common sense. If you go 25 and 5.
Yeah.
Okay. How many points do you get for a kill with no zone? 100. You get 100, right? So 2,500 points. If they have 3 zones, and I die 5 times, how many points you get? 300 a kill.
Why are we doing? What this is like?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's
you get more points
it's a positive.
people.
It's a positive. If
I
you're,
agree,
you're
but if you get 2 zones and you kill like 10 people, you're probably gonna win the match.
To be aggressive and get zones, you're likely gonna die more.
Right,
so you're gonna give up more points.
I mean, there's just different strategies. But going back to
this goes back to team play. If you're gonna get a zone, you got to have a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And a lot of time, Griffin talks shit about me not getting the first zone. Griffin's talking shit about me not getting first zone because I'm going to B trying to get that shit to get more points.
Oh, Beeline. It's a part of the
Beeline.
Yeah, it's called Beeline.
Because it's hard.
Swing
Hold on.
Yeah,
It is hard. It's hard to get B once someone has B.
Yeah.
Well, we could do another.
Everyone fights for B. You notice that? At the beginning,
yes.
everyone runs towards B.
No, Greg, we don't want to talk about what you want to talk about.
Steve Red Zone.
Yeah, that's why
I think we just
around
touched
the
red zone,
and I'm going to get to that too. Coke has his red zone.
Why are we doing this?
No, we're going through this.
Here it comes, everybody.
It's red zone, right?
We're talking about everybody. Frank being I.
Yeah.
Griffin and the Talisto.
I'm sorry for getting mad at you, man.
No.
Yeah, Steve's gotten mad at me numerous times.
But I remember one specific
time, and then another time was when we were doing that stupid raid. When I was like, I go, Steve, you're not in the
the totem.
You're not in the thing, Steve. He goes, wait, let's talk about this. We got to talk about this. No, one time he got mad when I just said, Steve, what primary are you using?
That was the big one.
That was the big one. You were like, everybody just
bye. Because he just was like going too much.
He goes,
a simple question.
What gun are you using?
Yeah, what are you using?
Let me check out your loadout. Let me check out your loadout.
In my defense,
you are incorrect.
Wait,
you are incorrect. That's the same
in my defense, okay, we're talking about that part of the raid. Is it Crota or Oryx?
Oryx.
Where you have to, you get a Death Singer's curse or something, and you have to go to the bottom of
the relay race. It's like a relay race.
Yeah. Right. But then I didn't know you have to be right in the middle.
Yes.
I was offset.
Yeah.
Right. So I didn't know that. I thought you just had to be somewhere in the circle. So I fucked up. I'm sorry.
No, it doesn't matter.
That actually was the second time.
Yeah. But there is a boomer. There's a hive boomer. Remember, like, you have to get your sniper rifle, and each one has...
Why is it you never gone off on Coke?
I mean, have you seen him?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Is it just
his power? I felt his power. I mean,
now you went off on me.
But what mistakes?
That was a rough one.
Hey,
remember
touch on that.
Yeah.
What mistakes do I make?
Well,
you get kills and no captures. He could have gone off on you like he did on Frank.
No, but if we're talking raid,
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, no,
you know what I'm saying.
Well, fair. All right,
but what did I do to you?
Well, that was when I called your character.
Oh man.
Your character online a raccoon because he had a girl character.
I don't think I've.
I missed this one. I missed this one,
dude. But I've never laughed so fucking.
Yeah. I came at it.
He's like, your sister's retarded.
Dude.
No, but it was so funny because it was so funny because everybody started to laugh.
You did mean it like that. That's exactly how you meant it.
So the best was because I looked at your character because you always had this girl character that has like the weirdest face paint. She's got like round black eyes and like
you had a funny character.
Blue hair.
You had a funny character too. The Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill character, man.
Hey, that's what makes the green great. You can customize your character.
I'm sorry.
No, but it was funny because the funny part is I said it and everybody. No, but Coke was laughing. We talked about it because everybody laughed for a second. And then you just went silent.
No, this is what.
Well, my mind started
this is what was scary.
You know how it is.
What was scary
That's
about
my girlfriend, man.
What's scary?
Yeah.
We were talking.
She's 14. She can't defend herself.
What's scary about it is because you said that.
You know what I mean?
And I didn't think there was an issue. I didn't think he was mad. He didn't talk for 2 games.
Right.
We played 2 PvP games.
Boiling.
Steve didn't say a fucking word. And I'm like, I literally
just looking at the wall where he knows. He knows Craig's on the other side of that wall. He's just.
I know.
My girlfriend? What about your sister, man?
Yeah. Is that what you said?
I went off.
It was dead quiet. So wait, what was the first thing you said? What was the first thing you said after it was quiet? Like what was? Because you guys were obviously.
Your sister's retarded, man.
You just shouted that?
Oh yeah, I was I went off.
He was
off
quiet,
on
but I
sister.
said, Steve, where's
Oh,
Steve? Steve's
dude.
not talking. Is he pissed? And then I said that, and he's like, fuck, Craig, fucking sister's retarded. Like, just out of nowhere, like, talk about my girl.
But the funny thing is, like, I actually was thinking Steve was mad at me about the character because you used to be like, don't talk about my girl, about the game character. That's what you started before the girlfriend.
I felt so bad
And
when
then-
I realized the real.
So
I felt so bad because I was
so
looking at my character. I go, oh yeah, dude.
How long did it take
Because I
you to
had the blue
realize?
paint on.
Did you get mad
I
and
had
then
the crazy
leave?
eyes. And then I was looking at my character, and then I go, "You're such an asshole, Steve.
Wait,
You're
so-
a dick."
So wait, did you realize like after you yelled at him, and then like later on, or did you realize? In
And
the
then
moment?
I realized later.
Yeah,
I
because
was
they went
thinking
at it.
about
They
it,
went
and
at
I
it
looked,
for a while.
and then you
Like-
mentioned your character, and I go, "Oh, he's talking
Yeah,
about
well, I couldn't get it in. Everybody was
Craig-
laughing, and then they were so upset with you getting angry
Craig-
that I couldn't say. I was talking about your character.
Craig took it chill. Like, Craig was fine.
Well, because I knew
But
it
Bobby-
was like overreaction. I'm like,
Bobby had to calm him down.
yeah, Bobby was.
Bobby's
like,
the one.
Oh, was
that
Bob
calmed-
on
Yeah,
it?
Bob was
Yeah.
on. He had to. He's like, all right.
Bob's
Steve,
always
come
the
on.
one that tries to calm him down. Even with Griffin that time.
I was dying.
It's so
I was
funny.
in stitches.
Bobby
See,
will like.
Destiny brings out the worst.
No.
I look, Bobby.
No, I'm seriously.
Bobby, we have seen the best and the worst of Steve because of Destiny.
That's true.
Bobby will gaslight, and then once it gets crazy, he'll be like, "All right, guys."
I know he kind of brings Steve to the bridge sometimes. And,
It's
like,
so
takes him down.
funny.
Oh, by the way, the first time I ever met Steve was over at Bobby's house because Bobby and I, the reason why we started playing, this whole started because Bobby and I played video games together.
FIFA.
Right.
We played
It was
FIFA
FIFA.
together, and we would play FIFA all the time. And
Yeah.
Bobby is like he's a sore loser and an even worse winner. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So if he would beat me at FIFA, he would send me pictures of like the
Oh,
player,
like Zidane.
whatever
Zidane.
player he's
Yeah,
using,
yeah.
he would send me the picture of that player. So I got his ass back because when I beat him, because he's not good with computers, I had a picture of Fernando Torres.
Yeah.
Fernando Torres was holding his baby, and I took Bobby's head and I put it on the baby's head.
You love it.
And he's like, he never sent me a picture again. So we started playing FIFA. So he told me, oh, my brother Steve plays FIFA. So I go over to Bobby's house and I whoop Steve.
And you did a cabbage. You did like he beat me, and he did some kind of Cabbage Patch dance, and I was just staring at him like this motherfucker.
And then what was great about it was then Steve and Bobby played, you know.
Oh yeah, let's not get into that.
And then these two,
I want to hear it.
Oh,
these
dude,
two
it
will
gets
like.
dark.
It's
Yeah.
like hot.
Yeah, and I didn't find out till later. It'd be like he was like, yeah, we
Well,
almost are not brothers
I
anymore.
pulled knives on him.
Yeah.
Oh,
You pulled knives on him?
Yeah.
Over a video?
This was over. It started with Knockout Kings. Because there was a thing, and you remember that game?
Yeah,
EA Sports.
Yeah.
And then the old one, this was back in the heyday. But there's a move, we went all 12 rounds, but there's a move where you could do a low blow, like hit him in the nuts. You go like that, and then the boxer will bend over, and then you could uppercut him. And he did that move on me. And I just went red. I just fucking ran to the kitchen and I grabbed 2 knives. And I got in this weird, like, stance.
Cough McGraw, you were like, I'm gonna. She was like fucking Blanca from Street Fighter.
This was the night before his last Mad TV audition.
Oh,
This
man.
is the finale. Like, if he was close to getting it, and I was about.
You were gonna kill him.
I was about to kill him. Yeah.
You
I was
both
about to kill him.
get angry.
Yeah, they
Because
do.
I would see you. This is before we were
Yeah,
playing
he was-
Destiny,
oh,
and I would see
God.
Steve, and he'd be like, I had a fight with Bob. And he'd be like, it was FIFA, and then like you would tell me because like you guys would
We can't play anymore.
We got hot about FIFA. Even Bobby and I.
Oh, you got competitive?
Oh, yeah, and Bobby. Oh, competitive.
Oh, yeah.
Bobby and I, it would be a
Didn't
thing.
you have a competition at the conference?
Yeah.
Me and Bobby got into it once because he had those 2 guys who were helping him go through do flawless, and I hit him up. I was like, "Hey, can you guys take me?" And then I guess they told Bobby. Bobby called me and was like, "You're being real weird, bro." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "You're being real weird, bro." And I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, because that's his connection.
And then ever since, and
That's what ruined it, though. Bobby ruined it by like paying people to go floss.
That's
He
no
like,
fun.
he like disappeared. And he was like off like, I got the gear.
He was just concerned about the gear.
I would make fun of him so much at the store. He'd just be like, "One more time, no more dates," and I just keep making fun of him. Not going on the
That's true. Everybody held the dates over Frank's head for a long time.
That's not cool.
No,
It
man,
was kind of
it's
funny
cool.
at times.
I
It was
make-
kind of funny
oh,
at
it's
times.
hilarious. And I make my own dates now.
There you go.
Oh. Do you? So wait, going back to red zoning, I want to talk about Koch the other day. You were in red zone.
This was literally 2 days ago.
What happened?
Dude, we have footage
So,
of it.
okay, so...
It's crazy.
Arrow. I actually
It's
met...
crazy.
Was it you that was playing with
Bobby.
Arrow? Bobby was playing with Arrow. Well, Arrow's super cool, so, like, we've been playing a lot of, like...
Arrow's one of the guys we play with.
Yeah, one of the guys we play with. And we were playing, like, a bunch of private matches, because, like, that's all really, you know, play with our friends. We get to compete against each other. So we decided, we had some other dude, we were just playing, like, skirmish. And we played the same team.
What's skirmish, 3-on-3?
Skirmish is 3-on-3. It's just like trials. Same.
But you have to get the point? The point?
Yeah.
No, that's salvage. It's like salvage, but no point.
Okay.
It's just kill.
Yeah, I knew it.
So we were playing skirmish, and we beat this team of 2 like 5 times in a row, and you know Destiny, they're teabag, and you know trying to do whatever.
Oh, I can't stand
we start getting hate messages. They challenged us to a 2 versus 2 custom match. So we're like, all right.
You got hate messages?
Yeah, we got hate messages.
Wait, what'd they say? What kind of message?
You're trash, you know.
Sweaty.
Just like they're like, we'll beat you 2 versus 2.
Well, that's also him too. He sends out messages too.
You like that?
I do.
Though.
I love that competitive.
You challenge
I'm really competitive, and I love rubbing it in
The only person at the table that's been banned is you.
So these guys want to do a private match. So we do a private match, and we stomp these dudes. All right. So we do a second one. And we're beating him really bad, and I get a message like mid-game. This guy set his controller down, took his phone, you know, had just to message me, why are you spamming so many trip mine grenades? And I'm like,
what does that mean?
It's in the game. It's in the game.
What does that mean?
This guy, for everybody knows, we already talked. Because
you can have some gauntlets on.
Oh, Claws of
I didn't even have those. I didn't even have those.
Yeah.
I had Bones of Bayo, so I was only throwing 1 trip mine.
Okay.
But I was beating his ass. And so he sent me this message, and then they left the game. And then this guy, because we didn't have a closed party, this guy joined our party.
He just joined.
We didn't invite him. Joined our party, and like he was, you know, trying to act hood, you know, trying to like scream at us through the like scream. He's screaming, you're you're fucking trash. 1v1 me, like you're not good, yada yada yada. And we got like a party of like 5 people. We're not all playing, but like a party of people.
Well, who are the other people in the party?
Just other people, friends with Arrow.
Oh, that's how you doing that. Don't think about it like Arrow. You get he invites you to a party.
It's like 100 people.
Yeah, it's like
I don't even know.
95 people talk.
Yeah.
So
he's got a clan of
I went red because this guy was like talking tough over a mic, right? And I forgot I was twitching. So this was all live.
This was twitching.
I stood up, started pacing, and I'm like, motherfucker, fuck you. Like, come into my party, like,
He's got video.
No fucking idea. I got video of it. I got video. I'm sure Frank's gonna do something. I'm screaming. I'm like, what? Because he's trying to overtalk me, so I'm screaming. I'm like, what, motherfucker? You want to do 1 versus 1? I'll fucking school you again. I just beat you like 10 times in a row. Just fucking losing it on him. And
these are 2 high heads over here.
Yeah, dude.
So amazing.
I'm actually scared watching it. I'm like, damn. I was loud because I was screaming. And you got your mic on, so like,
we'll see it.
You can't hear it. You can't hear it as well. Right. And I got like one of those like a mic.
Well, it's kind of funny,
and it's loud.
But it's kind of funny too because on the feed, like your feed right now doesn't show the other gamer's voice. So it's like a crazy man, just yelling.
Yeah, I'm just going nuts.
Fuck you!
But
you said some other shit to him though too, right? You were saying some shit to him.
I said all kinds.
Oh, then he backtracked though, right? Didn't he say like,
he
backtracked because he thought it was someone else, Nano. Right,
he thought
he was
spamming
Nano. And I'm like, can you read, motherfucker? I'm like, do you know who's talking right now? This is Phoenix UFC. He's like, oh, I thought you were Nano. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Get the fuck out of my party. I'll school your ass again.
I would wonder, like, YouTube.
Oh, no, when you say when Destiny 2 comes out,
oh, yeah, I said, keep my gamer tag. I said, keep my gamer tag.
Keep my gamer tag.
Phoenix UFC, when Destiny 2 comes out, I'll fucking school you in that too.
It's
take
like
you to school.
The amount of hardcore nerdism that was going on.
Dude,
just like, I got my Hunter shirt on.
Did I go positive every fucking game? Do you know who you're talking to? Can you read? Can you read? Can you read? Can you read? Can you read names? Can you read a gamer tag? My name is Phoenix UFC. I went positive every fucking game. So you must be thinking of somebody else, motherfucker. Oh, you're talking about Nano. Oh, look at that. Talking all this shit. Oh, yeah, I'm talking about Nano. Read who the fuck is speaking before you start talking shit, boy. Fuck.
The fuck's wrong with you? What excuse? What excuse? Hey, motherfuckers! People been using trip mines since year 1, too! So you can't spam a shotgun? Oh, so you can't spam a shotgun! Shade step and shotgun. Get the fuck out of here. So what? So what? With 2 versus 2, you're waiting for special. Okay, so you don't get special. You don't get. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. You dumbass motherfucker. You stepped into the wrong motherfucking party, bitch. Wrong.
Gangster gamer. That's crazy. He was talking. What kind of stuff? What was his language like? Like gang talk?
Yeah. Well, like he was trying to. You can tell he was.
This is like a CSI episode.
That was like.
And Steve looks like a a Mexican killer right now.
That was like the most general way to say like, did it sound like a black guy? Yeah. If I had to guess, yeah, it was a black guy.
Was he? Do you say like, "What's up, cuz"?
Yeah, but anyone can say what up, cuz. But Steve, they're playing video games.
I know.
Nobody's a gangster.
Yeah. Bro, I'm trapping right now. My mom's house.
Yeah. This is people that like, come on.
But yeah, oh man, I'm sure Frank. Look, I'm getting you guys confused already.
This is it, Frank. We need our own show, Frank.
Craig, I'm sure Craig will take it.
If you had a hat on, I mean,
it'd be the same. We have different hair though. This is your head's big, dude. My head's small. All right, hey, go back to
cover that. They'll cover that. Look like a shaved peach.
Wait, so wait, I want to hit on finishing Steve's red zone was like the time. So you guys hate the raids. You and Griffin especially, because the last couple of times we played the raids, you guys are like,
the raids are just it's just like. What's frustrating is like
16 hours.
No. But I know what it is too for me and Steve. It's like you're playing with these people, right? You're playing with 5 other people.
Yell at me like people I don't know.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
And then you're just like, hey guys, you tell me what you want me to do. It's not. This is fun.
Know. And I think communicate with me what I need to do.
But the funnest thing ever. But isn't the funniest thing ever is on the War Machine when Steve is trying to do the jumping. The Oryx one.
The Oryx.
Yeah. When Steve is jumping on the ships and everybody's waiting.
Yeah. I can watch everyone else do it. Where are they so I can see them fucking die?
Alright, so
where's the show? Where's the show? There it is.
Oh, seriously.
Calm your tits, Steve. Seriously.
Get some water and life. You'll be okay.
Steve.
I told you.
Or you'll die.
Alright, let's try
I died.
Again. I was too early.
Oh, Steve made it.
Yay. Good shit.
What are you talking about? He made it. Oh, he did.
I don't know.
Stuffs.
Steve, what are you doing?
I don't know.
I don't know. Oh! I'm like slipping off, man. I'm fucking slipping off. I'm slipping off, man.
Everybody's waiting on the thing, and then Steve.
It's the pressure. Steve seems like I gotta get out of here, guys. I gotta have to get someone else.
But Steve does the best voices because he doesn't know it. It's like so primal, but you go like. And then there'll be long pauses where you won't say anything because you just know you've done it like 3 times.
It's not fun.
It's so funny. But then the last time, remember, you did that, and I couldn't help but laugh because I just expected now. And then what did you do?
I don't remember.
You said, "Who's laughing?"
Oh yeah.
No, but you can feel the boiling. He's like, he can't do it. He's like 20 minutes he can't jump. Then we're just cracking up about stuff. He's like, who's laughing?
Do you know how many times I've hit mute to just so you can hear me laugh?
But that's not fun. I don't. Why even add that? Is it a jumping?
I don't
want to study the formations of invisible ships. Like going from here. Okay, you got to go to this one, and then wait 30 seconds. This one. Then you have to duck and then jump up. It's like I don't know. And then my jump, I have to change.
The part that Steve
to jump higher.
The part that Steve really is when you get to the sisters and you have to do that.
Oh, I don't know. The invisible stone?
Yeah.
When it's
Steve.
I pray it's not me. I pray
all you hear is, sorry, guys.
Guys. My favorite was when he would get selected and he'd be like, I'm fuck it, and he'd jump off and die.
Let's redo it.
And then he'd get selected again.
What kind of sick fuck would think of this?
That one's hard because it's all on you. Like, that one is like, you get this, like, orb thing, and if you miss that shit, you have to, it's done, like, the whole thing's dead. You have to start the level over, like, that segment over. And so it's really stressful for the person jumping.
No, wait. But how about the one even after that where it's like, you know, you're on 1, you're on 2.
Yeah. Oh, the platforms.
That's like, that's right before, you haven't
made the end.
You haven't even been to Oryx.
I haven't been to Oryx.
And that's a whole other channel.
No, thank God, I'm not even, I don't care. At that point, I don't care.
But it's not random.
I don't care. I don't care if I get this cool chest.
There's one person that runs it though. Like, it doesn't randomly select who has to run it.
So what happens at the end? What happens?
It's hard,
the whole team has to.
It's hard.
Well, I see his face. Remember the big? He's like, you see him, his face, and then he goes around.
We never beat it.
No, I remember
it's the hardest raid.
Yeah, dude. But also doing that on hard mode where you got to stack the orbs. That shit.
Yeah.
What do you mean stack the orbs?
So yeah, it's
because we never did it.
What do you mean? I never made it.
So there's like a whole system where it's like you have to like. So while everyone's jumping and stuff, you have to kill the ogres that spawn, and when they die.
Oh, the ogres.
Yeah, once they die, they drop this orb. And then you blow those up, and that's what does a little damage.
That's when you're trying to do the challenge.
Yeah. But the challenge is you have to do it. You like wait. You wait in a while, and then like you have the ogres keep respawning.
That's the hardest, most challenging raid.
It is.
There's so many moving parts, like from the beginning to the end.
Yeah,
because if you talk about the relay race, that's nonsense.
Yeah.
And then the jumping is nonsense. And the sisters are nonsense. And that thing is nonsense.
What gets you on the the first jumping one with the ships.
Yeah.
Like on the normal one, they have that checkpoint in the middle, off to the side.
Yeah.
Right. With the hard one, they took that away. So like if you fail, you're all the way back at the end. Yeah. And that's what gets you, because when everybody's ahead, I think the pressure. Like
I start sweating. I don't want to be sweating and
I'm sweating.
Steve also
and I'm just like, I know that. Oh,
Steve gets Tourette's when he misses a jump too. So he's like, oh fucking shit, man.
Well, I like the Steve surprise, which is there's like a moment of quiet. Like the other day we were playing and we were like, I was like, what's going on, Steve? And then you'll hear, oh shit! Like, but it comes out of nowhere. It's like left field. Like we don't even know what you're doing, and then you're just pissed.
That means he's like,
let's go into the green ammo.
We did green.
No, but recently all we've been doing is playing Crucible.
Right, because
we haven't been doing races. Even now, because look at us now. We're missing one person to play.
Yeah.
This was supposed to be Bobby.
We usually get, to give a shout out, we get Gavin or Meshki or Arrow.
Yeah.
Like we have our little team, but going back to that, what you do, I love when Griffin, and also Bob, but Griffin, when we do something wrong or he does something, oh my God, like he gets that,
man,
saddest,
that game is so infuriating.
Oh my God, this is so fucking frustrating. Oh my God. Oh,
I got one.
Oh my God, that was oh Jesus.
I love it though when you do that. I mean, I try not to laugh, but I just love when Griffin goes like, "Oh my God!" Like he's just like so upset that we fucked up, or he fucked up.
Another one is when we're playing trials and you tried to tell us what to do, and then Griffin's like,
Here we go.
So confident.
Should we talk relationships? Because I mean, I've gotten a lot of trouble.
Yeah, we can. Well, we can.
Oh yeah, it's the killer. It's the killer.
Well, you know what? First of all, this all started with Bobby.
Right.
Bobby was the first. So Bobby was the first, and it was like, and he was yelling because it was, and this is from the heyday, from the beginning. From the very beginning, Bobby was getting in trouble with Destiny when it was just the three of us.
Challenge of Elders.
And then it's like, then it became a thing where he was like, so Bobby's not even playing anymore. You know, I keep telling him that's why he has to move. I said, dude, you got to move.
Or get in the other room.
You can't. But he has access podcast room now. But it still would be too loud. His place is like, the way it's set up, he's going to be loud.
I'm in the studio. And the bed's like I'm literally.
Even, I mean,
I know, but things have changed for you now since you got a girlfriend. Steve will be like,
I can't play.
guys, I can't talk.
Frank did that too. Frank did that too when he had somebody.
Frank, defend me.
I know.
It's
I mean,
hard,
it is
man.
tough, but also like when you're playing with your friends and stuff.
And
Like
you're
I
not-
love
they
playing.
women want attention.
Yeah, they also want to
You're
cuddle.
not
They see
paying
this.
them any attention.
And it was.
You're fixated on a screen, talking to a bunch of dudes, and they're there just waiting.
Literally,
You're
my
like,
what I would say are like, "Babe, I'm not cheating on you," and then like I'm literally not out doing dumb shit.
You know what? I used to get on you guys about this, but now I got a girlfriend.
Yeah, so you
And this is like
So
a
what are you
thing
gonna
now.
do? What are
Like,
you gonna
well, first of all, I remember when I said I had my case. You know,
Yeah.
that, like,
Oh, you got one?
I got a case.
Oh,
I travel.
who gave you that idea?
When I travel, I got
Like
this
Bob's,
case.
like Bob's.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
Bob's
yeah,
case.
yeah.
So I'm packing it to go, and my girlfriend's all like, "This is dumb. Like, what are you doing with this? Like, where are you taking this?" And I said, "This is what I said to her. I said, well, normally when I'm on the road, I'm chasing hoes. So
this keeps me away.
This keeps me away from it." She was like, "Let me help you." Do you need Discord?
Dude, there's been so many times that I've been playing and I'd be screaming, like standing up, and then I would just turn around and I just see my fiance just sitting in the kitchen, just staring at me, and I'm like, "All right, guys, I gotta be a little quiet."
Yeah. Well, my favorite was like
They
Bob
don't get
Bob would yell so loud though. He'd like, "Oh!" And then,
Steve, what are you doing?
And then you'd hear, "Sorry, babe. Sorry, babe. I just
Baby.
Yeah,
Baby.
And then Koch's the only one who
Coach,
just
I'm
like.
just gonna make a shout out to Lindsay.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
She's really
dealt
good
with
about
you,
it.
man.
She's really
dealt
good.
Yeah, but also you
Like,
just don't.
How do you deal with
don't
it?
care. I'm just a ruthless.
Well, how do you
prick.
deal with it?
Yeah,
How do you do it?
I feel bad because it's not even the voices that bothered her, but my deal was my monitor was at the head of my or at the bottom, like where my bed sits. So my bed sits.
Yeah, I know. I got a big bed. I got a big TV in front of my bed, and she's always like, my girlfriend goes, "Oh, can we turn the TV? Just turn the bed, turn the TV off." Yeah.
And Destiny, you know Destiny, the fucking lights are crazy.
Yeah.
I have to turn it dim down.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
like I'm playing at the foot of my bed and she's trying to sleep. So
Yeah.
like she's a trooper, man. She really is, and we've gotten fights obviously over it. But
What's the worst
that's my
fight?
fault.
What's the worst fight you've gotten?
Just how much I fucking play it, because
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
You used to play hours all night,
and
dude.
not only that, when I'm injured and I can't really do anything,
Right, you're
she,
not
like
working.
she's against, like she's like, you're not doing it, and it's not really that I can do anything. Like I'm
Right,
indisposed at
recovering.
the time, so that's
Yeah.
why I'm playing video games.
And I think what makes it worse for them too is that, like, you know, we have the headset on, right?
Yeah.
So they don't hear. It's just a weird random conversation that's happening.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
They can't hear you.
Right.
They just hear me just being like,
Oh.
ha 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 ha.
Now what she'll
Fuck you,
do?
Craig. You know.
I will say, since she came out here, because she came out here a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
Right.
And she met all you guys. She's a lot cooler with it now.
She
You know?
is?
She is. She is. She's a lot.
Well, because
cooler
she's
with
seen who
it.
you're
She just
playing
snapped me. She's like, "Where's Griffin? I don't see Griffin."
Yeah.
She, you know, so I mean, she
It's
likes
different.
everybody. She had a good time out here. But also with the relationship thing, what I thought was one of the funniest things about that first trip when I first like met all these guys. For anybody that doesn't know, like I know them through the fucking game. So the first
That's
time
so
I actually
weird that
met you guys
That
in
was
person,
weird.
That's
the
weird.
first time I met you guys in person was like a month and a half ago. And it's funny because I'm sitting, you know, me and Stevie are sitting next to each other. We're talking about Destiny. The girls are sitting there talking about how much they fucking hate this
Destiny.
game.
Yeah.
They're like, the lights, it's so loud. Me and Stevie are talking about, like, what gun do you think? You know,
Yeah.
we're literally in person talking about a
They
fucking
hate
game we
it.
play
Yeah.
constantly.
Yeah.
And they're-
Fucking hate it.
I thought it was funny, though, because you have, like, two
Oh yeah.
extremes.
They should have
you know?
their own podcast
Yeah,
where they
I
just.
know.
Yeah, it's about
Friends
House.
we should just do a special one and have them write it.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah, let's do a
one of the
special one.
times.
There was
from their point of view.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Now, you know, I haven't even. Here's the thing, though. I haven't really
Yeah.
She hasn't
played
seen
yet.
that full.
Yeah, she has. I haven't really given her that experience.
full
So,
depth.
but
They don't really know.
she
how you
doesn't know.
play.
So what I've done, though,
How are you gonna do this?
no,
Destiny
because,
2?
no, because I said,
What's the
'cause
solution?
I'm using this.
Huh?
She's all about my career. So I said, you know, I'm doing podcasts, and so I had to play. So it's gonna be about that. I think I play. But luckily, I have an upstairs, downstairs. You know what I mean? I don't live in a dorm room. Like
All of us.
that's why Steve's like girl is like literally right there. She's like,
And he's got a dog.
He's bouncing. Steve's bouncing her on his lap. He's like, guys, I gotta.
Making sure she's good.
Edit.
All right.
We can edit.
Hey, wait, but let me go back.
No, can I? Yes, I'm asking you. Yes. Edit this this guy.
We can. Listen,
we won't.
I know, but we can.
Hey, just tell me. I want to talk about the one time.
She's 25 years old. No. 25 years old. She's not underage.
For the cops? Is that for the cops?
No, who are you talking about? Put it out.
That's your lawyer.
Yeah.
Steve just did like he had a Senate hearing. Like a senator from. He just leaned over to his lawyer. For the record, he went like this. What should I say right now?
For the record, I just want to say that that was not real.
I think one of the funniest times though was like the time that me and Koch and you were on, and you were in a fight with your girl, and because she was going to, it was an event she was going to, and you didn't want to go, and Steve became obstinate. You were like, I just told her I'm a hermit. I don't go out. We're not going anywhere. And you were so like macho about it. Like
I don't remember.
I said I'm gonna stay home and play games. Wait, I'll get there. And then Steve does this thing where he takes off his headset, but he leaves it on.
He doesn't mute it.
He don't mute it. So then,
so we hear all the.
So we hear the conversation. Yeah. So it went from.
He was a little bitch.
Yeah.
He came back on, yo, dudes. I just told her.
I told her.
No, you ain't shit. So you went from this whole thing.
We gotta edit this.
All right. But I want to let me just
edit this.
Just for me, let me just. All right. But I just want to finish. I just want to finish this one part though. So like, he's like, I didn't want to go. I'm a hermit. I don't care. I don't care what's going on. You know, like blow the world up. And then 3 minutes later, he's like, I'm sorry, baby. I screwed up. I'm sorry.
That's tough. You guys know, Frank. You know how.
I just love
Frank. You know.
But the thing is, we could hear the whole.
Defend me a little.
No. I get it. I 100% I get it. Now my fiance will come and
Yeah.
she'll watch me play video games and she'll just talk shit the whole time. Like she'll make fun of me. She's like, "Why?"
Oh, that's the funniest thing ever is hearing his girlfriend go, "You suck at this game."
Oh yeah, she said some shit, dude. Your girl said some shit too. Like she's watched us.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's tough, like you said. I mean, if you're on and they're just sitting there.
Yeah, I've sat down, turned on the game, and then she goes, "Oh, aren't we gonna do something we both can do?" And I'm like, "Oh,
already?
fuck. Yeah, already."
Dude, that's
Dude, this is
This is fresh. This is like 2.5 months.
Is she saying this shit
Say again?
off the get-go? Just
Yeah, already. It's like,
it's
so I had to set her up
oh
for.
no, guys!
Yeah,
this is a good point. This is a good point.
Yeah, it's gonna be a situation.
I had to do the same thing. I ended up going out and buying a second Xbox and a second TV, so I'd be like, you can watch your shows on this, so I can
That's
play.
what you wasted
video
with your
games.
roast battle money.
I bought a
Like
bunch
you
of
sound like an idiot right now.
It was only $200.
But yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's tough when you have to
Dude,
do
you're
that
gonna
stuff.
have to.
Right, but see,
Just
this
a
is
shout out to the
I have
ladies.
to.
Shout out to the ladies.
Shout out to the ladies.
Because they
We
put
do
up
care
with a
about
lot.
that.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do care about it.
Guys that are video games.
Are you gonna like have that talk with her? Like, dude, I'm gonna be
No,
playing
it's just like
games.
yes, I already have. But like I said, I have two. I have upstairs down, so I can go. I have my other Xbox. So like when she's asleep, I just like
Sneak down there.
I just sneak down and I'm playing. You know.
Right.
Oh,
So I have to do it like
It's so funny.
that.
She catches you and shit. She's like, "What you doing?" You're like,
Nothing. So it is what it is.
Yeah, it's rough. I mean, yeah, it's tough.
What do you know?
I'm not there now,
just
but
like
I've
a-
been there in the past.
No, I know. I'm fucking with you.
I mean, hookers can't get mad at you.
You never know. Depends what you get.
Why would you even write a number 5 like that?
Because you used to talk about Eva Levante.
eBay Levante. Why would he? She sells shaders, dude.
No. But you used to be like.
But I know what he's saying. I like all the little stuff in the game.
Like the speaker.
Like the guy that's like, protect the zones.
Yeah, we repeat them. I mean,
Yeah,
like
right.
when you met that one, right? Bob knew the girl who did one of the voices.
It was Jade's neighbor.
Right.
What's her name?
And I met what's his name?
Eris Moore.
Eris Moore. Yeah.
But I like we've played the game. It got to the point where I played the game so much that like you could do the stuff.
Yeah.
But they changed it up a little bit. Because remember when they went from whoever their original, it was the little dude from
Peter
Game of
Dinklage.
his contract must have ran out or something.
But
And
people were
changed the ghost
complaining because of
voice,
the wizard thing in the beginning of the game. There was that line, "The wizard's on the moon," and everybody hated that. And so they were,
because they're like, "There's no wizards on the moon."
Well, no, but it just didn't. You know what the problem was? They made him sound like a robot, and he just didn't have I don't know. It just didn't work for them. So they re-recorded it. And then,
is that what happened?
Yeah, that's what happened.
I thought he was like he only had a certain amount of time to do it. So they literally replaced him.
Yeah, because they made those T-shirts. Did you?
Well, because they took all his lines out and they redid everything.
Right, they redid the whole
game.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, when the Destiny first came out, they had like a
this
whole
is.
storyline and everything, and then right before they really like pushed it, they're like one of the heads was like, nah, and then they fucking. That's why that first Destiny game was so like. It felt empty.
It's
like
choppy
there was,
and,
yeah,
like,
there was
you didn't
no
know
like
what-
storyline.
Storyline for me is
So
so
what
confusing.
story? I don't
Yeah,
even know what the story
They had a
is.
storyline, and then they just chopped it
Like
all
a
in.
ghost and the ghost.
Well, and I didn't even realize that it was the Vex were the first original enemy, like the main enemy.
Right.
Because remember that?
Walter Glass?
Because remember that Mars mission where you had to like kill those three
Minotaurs.
those three big Black Garden. That was the original, like the end of the game.
Yeah.
But then the game became. It just became about collecting gear and upgrading ammo, upgrading your gear and upgrading your weapons.
And then
infusing
later,
and finding consumables and all this stuff. It became about that. And
I
then,
missed that Etheric light though. Remember the Etheric light?
Yeah, you
that was
do
like
all
the
that.
golden coin.
Yeah,
You'd be like,
yeah.
Oh my god, I got an Etheric light. And then all of a sudden it just was.
But that's what's great about the game is they created a need for things. Like they created these missions where you had to get something that was really like, and then it was like nothing. In the next update, and then you have this etheric light that you can't do anything with.
Well, and like especially with the story, the mistake they made, which I think that they got rid of it. Destiny 2, they pumped more into like the cinematics and shit, but they took the cheap route because Gavin. You guys know Gavin. He's like a big nerd on those Grimoire cards.
I don't even look at those.
Yeah, nobody does. Nobody
what
does.
the fuck are they for?
No,
they're like lore.
They're story. It's story.
Lore.
It's story?
But
you know that. You know that too. Like you'd be like, well, the reason the Cabal, and I'm like, I don't know any of that stuff.
And they actually the story is actually good if you put all the. There's so much story, but nobody wants to. I don't want to do that.
Listen, they spent $500 million on this game.
Right. Give us cinematics.
Yes. And part of it was psychology and because I think that this game is the way it is because of like Candy Crush.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it's a little bit like Jackpot.
Even
the
purple engrams.
It's a first-person shootery lottery game.
Lottery.
Because I play Boom Beach and I play Clash of Clans on my phone and my iPad.
How much money?
I've literally spent like $500 on these games.
Yeah,
I've spent real money. Real money. I spent $500 because I remember I spent $99 because I was like, I do this all the time, so let me just get this. And I was like, and I'm sitting there like, what the fuck am I doing? This never ends.
Yeah.
You're just continuously upgrading your base and upgrading your base.
Yeah.
But I don't know why I love it.
But there's someone out there who has a better base than you.
My buddy works for AT&T at a cell phone store, and he's had people like guys that come in that play those games like Clash of Clans and what's another the Marvel game, Marvel Champions or something that. There was a dude that came in, he dropped over $3,000 on that game, which is crazy to me because like it may be fun and like Destiny's crazy to me, but Destiny you pay for the expansions, but like it's a game that's like very like fun.
Check it out. Wait, hold on. Yeah. By the way, they're adding these things to the games because I play this other game, Division, which is very much like Destiny in terms of like love Division.
Okay.
Division is one of the funnest games because it's such a puzzle.
Is it first-person shooter?
First-person shooter, but it's such a puzzle with the ammo and gear sets and all that stuff and like the weapons. It's such a puzzle. But they added to the game just like where you could buy, you pay something. Destiny tried it too. They got that little area in Destiny where you buy silver so you can get different dance moves and all that kind of shit.
What I like about that, like I don't like that they're getting money for it.
Yeah.
But like it's not stuff that makes your guy more powerful.
Right.
Which would break the game. Because then people will be like, well, fuck this. I'm not. If I got to be the best, I got to pay more.
Like I play Elder Scrolls Online right now, and you can buy stuff. I really like it. And you can buy different stuff, but then there's certain things you can buy that will upgrade, like you can, like your experience will be 20% more, like your more health and stuff. And it's like, I look at that and it's like, oh, there's like players out there that have to buy that because they're at such high level that they have to constantly
to have the edge.
Yeah.
Is that an MMO? Like,
it's an MMO.
Okay.
Well, that's like you and Bob play Fallout. Like you guys love those single player, like
those loner loser games.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Yeah. No, dude, ESO Online's really, really fun.
I mean, I like it, but I can't spend the amount of. Destiny's the game I spent the most time in because I cannot spend.
I just like a game that you have some camaraderie.
Yeah.
My first time I ever experienced this was Gears of War. I used to play Gears of War all the time, and it was great when it was just you had to like match with 4 people.
Right.
So it was just 4 people. So I met these guys in Europe. They were like from England and like a couple places.
Well, online?
Online. And they were like just from playing Gears. And then it became a thing where we just played Gears every day. And I even talked about them on TV on one of my a stand-up thing that I did because it was just like, and I was like, oh, this is great. And then they expanded it. And I realized the problem with Destiny, or not just Destiny, games like that, is the more people you add to being able to chat, the worse it gets. Because then no one talks. Like, it's got to be like, 6 is about the max.
Yeah.
Okay, that's about the max. Because, like, what's the other one? Like, Modern Warfare in those games? It's like 25 people.
Too quick.
And then it's just racial and everybody's being a dick. So this little kid screaming and stuff. So then when you have, like, when it gets down to like a certain number, and then you're able to really have conversations, that's the best part about it.
Yeah.
So you're doing this fantastic gameplay. I used to love Gears of War. They had that thing called the Horde.
Oh yeah,
the Horde
it just kept coming. Man, I wish they had that in Destiny.
Yeah, I thought that's what Prison Elders was. I think they should.
It's just too. I think Prison Elders is such a small area. I wish it was like a bigger area.
It's like this little circle.
What I thought it should be, be like a bigger map and make it so the waves are endless.
Yeah.
So you're always trying to reach like they did it. Like I love Call of Duty, and I never liked zombies until Zombies in Black Ops 2 came out. That shit was fun as hell because the waves never ended. They just got harder.
Zombies.
So the competition was to see how many rounds you could get to. I was hoping that's what Prison of Elders would have been, because that would be nuts. Because then
when it first started, it was pretty hard though. When you were doing like a 32 or 34.
Yeah, right.
Because we weren't that high ranked at that time. 30.
Our light
level, like 31 was the highest light level you could be. So if you're trying to kill 32s and 34s, it became hard. It was like a 6-7 hour adventure.
Yeah.
Right.
But I know what you're saying. It'd be great if like it just it's the tank level, and they're like like what's a great area for that is like on the Cosmodrome, like when you're doing Sepix Prime. When you get to the tank part, the way that's set up, where like you're across the field, and then you have like that would have been a great area.
Oh, that's a lot of room.
Just a lot enough room.
Like a football field.
It's like a football field, just waves coming from behind. But again, if they would have done that, that would have been like basically a 4th game within this game. Because if you're talking about, you got Crucible, which is you got Crucible, but even in Crucible, there's like 4 different types of games in Crucible, which is like you can play that all fucking day.
But you can play Archon's Forge. That's not considered a game, but to me, I spent 5 hours just at the Archon's Forge.
And then the one on the Dreadnought,
the Court of Oryx.
Court of Oryx, you had those.
I
games.
love that. I miss that.
I know.
You got the strikes.
You got the strikes, the raids. I mean, and
then the Nightfall
and the story, which but no one does that anymore.
I know, but I'm just saying you have multiple. And the one thing I didn't like that I put down was racing, because that was always something they tried.
Oh, I loved racing. Racing was fun.
That shit was fun.
But it was weird because that's the thing they do too. That's weird. They do limited times and then it goes away.
Yeah,
I like combined arms. That was fun.
I feel like this game is there's so many moving parts. We were talking about it previously. There's so many moving parts that
on other episodes the other day.
Yeah.
The other day
when we were shot last week.
I don't know why I keep wearing the same clothes to our podcast.
I like that you and Frank just don't like to change.
This is my podcast shirt, everybody.
But I feel like they've changed everything so much because it's kind of like a beta. They're trying to because Bungie does take feedback from what people are like bitching about, and they change it. So like that's why
which makes people bitch about something new.
They're always going to
just change,
right? But I do feel like there's always going to be people that bitch. What I like about Destiny 2 and a lot of the shit they're doing is like what the first one should have been. They're adding way more story, way more cinematics. With PvE now, like on Patrol, they're making it kind of like World of Warcraft, where you can find a hidden sector and there's a crazy hard fucking boss. And like,
really?
Yeah, and you get crazy loot from it on Patrol because Patrol is kind of
patrolling.
Easy. Yeah, patrolling. So they're adding a bunch of shit like that. So it's going to be kind of like a first-person World of Warcraft, and they're gonna weekly drop new bosses and shit on the Patrol.
I don't want to keep my hopes up though. I'll just wait and see. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying from like what they're saying. Like,
but the thing is, like the Court of Oryx. What I loved about that, one, it needed to be a bigger space.
Yeah.
But what was cool about it was like you had all these different
runes,
bosses.
Oh, bosses
in one spot.
But then we played it so much that they didn't do anything new.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like, oh, the guy's coming out. Oh, the thing's coming out. Oh, that guy again.
Yeah.
And then also they made it. That's still the hardest thing to achieve is to get
the third tier.
The third tier to get those
the
stupid
boss, the big boss.
Because you have to kill you have to do the first one.
Yeah.
You have to get those things, and then you have to do
it's like a mini Crota.
Yeah.
Second one, then you have to charge it.
You have to charge it with like doing it 5 times, and then everybody after a while people are like, "Fuck this! There's other funner things to go do."
2, 3, what am I gonna get?
What am I gonna get from it? And you're not even getting anything from it.
Yeah.
Well, hey guys, that's episode down.
Oh, word?
Yeah. Lunchtime.